so the ferry boat had canceled due to high winds to get to Amalfi from Salerno. So we are now on the most overstuffed tourist bus imaginable. Trying to make our way to the Amalfi Coast. It's going to be really hot, sticky environment. Yeah, it's going to be bad. It is an adventure. It's also an exercise in patience. Something that doesn't come naturally to me.
That's why you have
Portrait of a honeymoon couple getting ready for a journey, with a difference. Its destination, the Twilight Zone.
Okay, so maybe not the Twilight Zone, but the roughly 1.5 hour bus ride from Salerno to Amalfi is a true test of your nerves. The road, which was probably built 1,000 years before the invention of the car, is extremely narrow and in spots perched rather precariously on rocky cliffs. Okay, anybody have some butter? Are you kidding me? With a little kid in the front seat with no seatbelt on. Love it. It's just so close. Okay, so we survived the bus ride to Amalfi. How would you describe that, Amy? An exercise in terror.
Thank God we really couldn't see a lot.
Yeah, probably a good thing. Okay, so we're here for 5 minutes and we're already on another bus. This time with less protection than the last one. It's open air on top.
This is a tour bus, so we're going to learn.
So we're going to learn things on the way. We're going to learn how stupid we were for taking our lives into our own hands by going up the scary windy roads of Amalfi Coast in an open air bus.
But supposedly the ferries, if there's any wind at all, the ferries don't run. So we're probably going to be taking the bus down again.
God, I hope not. That was,
probably at night. So
I'll tell you,
even more
if
fun.
you've ever been on the road to Hana, nothing. It's a piece of cake after that last ride. There is no way in the world that holds a candle to the Amalfi Coast. So, it's beautiful, but for the faint of heart, stay home. If you're easily motion sick, stay home. Or take the boat. Or just get a video and watch it on YouTube like this.
There you go.
Buongiorno from Ravello, Italy.
The facade of the church is fake because there was an earthquake in 18 something or other and had to rebuild it.
They had to rebuild it?
They rebuilt the outside because the facade fell away from the church.
Built in the 11th century, the Duomo is a combination of Baroque and Romanesque styles. This beautiful church, dedicated to Saint Pantalone, has undergone extensive modifications and restorations over the past 900 years. After visiting the cathedral, we did a little shopping. Two products Ravello is best known for are giant lemons and beautifully ornate ceramics.
We just spent some money.
We just spent some money on some nice ceramic bowls.
And salad.
Amy, in using her assets that what God gave her, was able to talk this gentleman down about $150 from the sticker price. So Never assume that every number is etched in stone on your ceramics. Apparently the price is negotiable. So,
Yep. And we
good
got
job,
free
Amy.
shipping.
And we got free shipping. Good job, Amy. Seems like a deadly combination. Villa Sembrone is a historic building in estate gardens dating from at least the 11th century AD. It's famous for its scenic belvedere, the Terrace of Infinity, which was recently used as a set for the movie Wonder Woman, although they added many CG elements. The day of our visit could not have been better. The crowds were at a minimum, the skies were blue, and the temperatures were perfect. A visit to Ravello wouldn't be complete without touring the villa. Definitely plan on about 2 hours and wear comfortable shoes, as the estate is large and a good long walk from where the buses drop you off.
Like time goes fast because there's so much to do and so much to see, and
Best view in
everything's
town,
so beautiful.
huh?
Yes.
Okay, don't lean back because what's behind her is literally a sheer drop. Like a major sheer drop.
This is the Terrace of Infinity.
The Terrace of Infinity and beyond. And we made an offer on it.
Yes.
And it's in escrow right now.
Yeah. But we could only afford like one of those pots. And that was it.
We had some time before the bus picked us up, so we relaxed with a drink at a bar with the most amazing views. Look up there, hon. That's the platform. That's the platform we were on.
Oh, is that the top?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was hard to leave Ravello, especially when two big buses meet on a narrow street. This guy left.
Not a job I would want.
Jesus. What do you figure the distance is there?
I can touch it.
That's crazy.
Kind of like you thought, if you came this way. And then you needed a beer.
So we just took the boat ferry instead of the bus to Positano, and I gotta say, 10 times better than on the bus. Much more scenic, a lot more fun, and you actually get less seasick on the sea than you do on a bus. So anyway, great start to the day, and we're looking forward to spending some time here in Positano. Ciao!
Wow.
What? No? right in the heart of Positano. An amazing view of the water. It was getting close to lunchtime, so it was time to crack open the Rick Steves guide.
Oh, Wine Dark House. Tucked around the corner from the beach. Oh, it was like, oh, it's a pizzeria.
Well, Rick, you did it again. The food, the wine, the atmosphere, and the company were all fantastic. So I'm looking for a nice quiet cove to launch my drone from so I don't end up in an Italian prison. And I think we found it. It's just perfect. Our new friends from Washington, D.C. told us where it was at, so we're gonna go for it. It was difficult to find anything online about Italian drone regulations, so I felt compelled to find a private place to launch my drone from. So I found this quiet little cove that turned out to not be completely private, but somehow I managed. While I was flying my drone, Amy found a little shack of a place built over rocks. Turned out to be a great place to have a beer. We spent the rest of the day wandering Positano and had a fabulous ferry ride back to Salerno. Okay, so for the second time on this trip, our wonderful bus driver, who really is just, you know, it's hard to judge somebody when you don't speak their language, but I think I've got him pretty well pegged that he's just pretty much an asshole. He's just been such a rude, abrupt character. Twice now he's dropped us off at ferry terminals when the ferries weren't running. And the first time he did it, you could see that the ferry wasn't even there. And he knew it. And he still dropped us off and left us. This time, you know, he dropped us off for the Capri ferry. And the Capri...
where he didn't drop the other people off.
Yeah, so he was... Anyway, whatever. But he, you know... As a hospitality industry hotel, you would think that you would call ahead before having people get up early and, you know, take a 20-30 minute shuttle all the way into a place where there's no ferries running. And this has happened a few times now, so I fail to believe it doesn't happen all the time. And the oceans are actually really, really calm right now. I don't know what they're using to get you to Capri, but it must be a kayak. Because these waters are glass clear right now. But they said, you know, I don't know, maybe out there it's really bad, but it shouldn't be bad.
Well, so, you would think they would call or something. Yeah,
you would think they would call before they just drop you off in the middle of a city that you're not familiar with, and then tell you they'll see you here in, you know, 12 hours. Luckily I have a phone. I haven't called them yet. We're walking now. In through a nice park, actually, in a nice morning, over to the Amalfi ferry, who we are hoping will be actually running today. It looks like it is, because it looks like it's coming in now. We don't understand, well, they don't go out into a channel at all, so they stay fairly close to shore. But the other day when it was canceled, there were whitecaps out there, and we could understand it. But today, it couldn't be better boating conditions if you tried. So anyway,
we have like a mile and a half walk.
Yeah, well, we can't find a cab. We don't understand the buses, but you know, it's actually a nice walk. So anyway, onward with our adventures.
On the bright side.
Is there a bright side?
Yes, we have another adventure.
Yeah. Ciao for now. ended up taking the ferry to Amalfi instead,
Yes.
which we didn't get a chance to explore when we came here the first time. So we are going to spend the day here, since apparently nobody's going to Capri today. Capri is closed.
They closed
They closed the island.
island's closed.
Unless you have a helicopter or a
Private boat.
private boat. But apparently the seas are going to be rough this afternoon. They say. I don't see it. We've been in some ferry rides from hell and much higher waters and boats that were pretty
Seattle.
not seaworthy. Anyway, whatever. Maybe they don't have the right boats. Maybe they know what they're doing. I'm sure they do. It's their ocean, their country. So anyway, we're gonna.
Disappointed didn't get to see Capri, but
Yeah, but
Capri next time.
it's a rough thing when you have to, as an alternative, hang around in Amalfi. So I guess we shouldn't really complain. But it should be a fun
And
day.
it's supposed to be 70 degrees, so it's be a relaxing day.
And about 20 degrees cooler in Seattle. So yeah, we'll take it. All right.
All right.
Was it? Sorry. I forgot. I'm actually not feeling well, and now she's gonna get sick.
For you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Ciao for now.
As with all of the Amalfi Coast, the city of Amalfi isn't short of places to eat and shop.
Figure out what you're having for dinner yet, Mike?
What is that?
I think that's an eel.
I'm convinced they put this stuff out there to dare the tourists to actually eat it. I don't think they actually eat it.
It's got on your washing machine.
Ready? My word. I have no idea where we're going. We're just wandering up these really narrow, tiny little staircases. What? It's like scuba diving. You're always somewhere behind me. I can't find you. Always doing that.
Because I'm back there watching your ass.
Great. At least in scuba diving, what she typically does is she's above me. So I'm in a panic because I'm going in circles and I can't see her. And I look up and she's above me the whole time. So it turns out that the most money-making racket in Italy is not the trinket shops, it's not the limoncello sales, cafes, or anything else. The biggest racket, money-making racket in Italy has to be the bathrooms. You're either paying $1 or 50 cents to use it, and boy, you don't want to cheat it either. There's an automatic door system down there that will catch you. Alarms will go off. It's kind of like taking money out of the bank, I guess, except you're not taking money out, you're actually depositing in this case. Anyway, it's interesting to have to pay to pee in Italy. So there's a bit of a tidal change going on here, it appears. So after walking around constantly for the last 2 weeks, we decided on our last day in Amalfi to splurge and rent 2 chairs and an umbrella on the beach and just relax, which is overdue. For a vacation like this, unfortunately you spend a lot of time walking and not relaxing. So it's time for some much needed chill out beer time. What did you say about that tsunami? How many years ago?
In the 1300s.
1300s? I'd say it's overdue.
We're fine.
Okay, so if you're coming to the Amalfi Coast, something you want to consider is that they don't have proper jetties out here, and they don't have a really great port. So while the weather may not be bad, it may not be windy, it may not be what we seem is difficult, or we think is difficult, the boats have a terrible time coming in to dock here. They don't have any slips anywhere. They're all tied at the bow and at the stern against the dock, as you can see behind me here, which makes for some challenges. If the seas get too rough, they can't get the gangplank down, and they can't dock. This is the alternative place to do this at because of the surge. And it's not that it's stormy, the weather's actually quite nice. What it is it was a full moon last night, and it's obviously affecting the tidal changes, which is causing a hell of a lot of surge. So we're hoping to get on this boat.
It's unusual, from what I heard.
Well, it is, from what we can understand.
By the way, this is an Italian line. There is no line. It's just like above the people, but they assume it's a line. So
which
you can't cut.
is, again, like organized chaos. The guy in the white right there.
Yeah.
The other guy said, go to the back of the line. He pointed to me, and the guy in the white t-shirt just said, go, go, go. Right here. We made it.
Yay!
Now I know what refugees feel like. It's not fun. Bring your own red wine.
And we're on a boat full of children, and they're all screaming, and they're very loud.
Yes.
So it's not going to be calm, peaceful boat ride. So
we consider this like anesthetic for the soul.
I love Italy.
Viva Italy.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a faithful trip that started from this cottage.
Ragazzi, tutti giù, ragazzi, forza, tutti giù. Dovete andare giù, non mi interessa.
What is it with us and ferry rides that just doesn't ever seem to really work out? We always end up on a scary boat.
This is cool. This is beautiful.
Oh, I'm getting salt water on my
right,
camera.
the last
I gotta shut
ferry ride
down.
was like
See ya. Here we're gonna survive this trip after all. We had a pretty good cross surge going for a while there, but it's now at our stern. The kids have calmed down, but we can hear them all down below screaming.
They made all the children go downstairs.
Mainly we figure because of their weight. They wanted all the weight at the bottom of the boat. Plus the kids were scared. Plus, you never know, I mean, they could fall overboard in a choppy sea, so it was pretty smart of the captain to do that. But we could hear them screaming every time they hit a big wave, which made it quite entertaining for us up here.
And we are getting a little mist up here.
A little bit of a spray, so I'm going to put the camera away because I don't want salt water on it.
But again, another adventure.
Another adventure. Amy and Bob misadventures on some goddamn ferry somewhere. We hope you enjoyed this trip to the Amalfi Coast. Please feel free to comment below, and we always appreciate hitting that like button.